Okay.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-ba-da. Oh no. I'll be honest, this was one of the movies I was really looking forward to in January. And it's not January, but whatever. I got to see it. That's the point, right? Kung Fu Panda 3. So I actually own the first two. Like I said, really looking forward to this one. This is one of those series of movies that actually is very underrated. People don't even think about it. Hell, I don't even think about it when I think about good movies. And that's a shame because they're actually all good. Yeah, spoiler alert, I like this movie. Yep. And especially being that it's a DreamWorks movie. I don't know. It just gets overlooked with Pixar and with How to Train Your Dragon series, which I do enjoy more, admittedly. But and just with Disney movies in general. But this is a really good movie. You've got all the returning cast with Jack Black and Dustin Hoffman, Angelina Jolie, Jackie Chan, Seth Rogen, Lucy Liu, and David Cross. But then you got Kate Hudson coming in. You got Bryan Cranston as Poe's dad, which is cool, and you got J.K. Simmons as Kai the villain. So all that's kind of really cool on the onset. Then you have the animation. Animation is really good. There's some really cool scenes that they incorporate in this movie, like they did with the other movies, where they have kind of the ancient scrolls, like the drawings that you would see, and they animate those, and it's beautiful. Honestly, I really love those scenes. They're incorporated really well in this film. Speaking of cool scenes, though, the action. Yes, there's goofy action, but the actual fighting in it is really, really cool. Like, there's some really cool moves going on. Good choreography, I guess, among the characters. So that's really cool. And in this movie, you have Poe, who is the dragon warrior and everything, and you've got a new threat come along like you do in the other two films. And he has to learn something new, again, like the other two films. But the thing about it is it's a formula that works really well. It works really well here. He's learning something different. It's a little similar to what he's learned in the first movie, but it is different. It has a different element to it. He finds his father. He finds, the other pandas, and so it's about him trying to be incorporated with them a little bit, and realize who he is, because at this point he's the dragon warrior, but he's also pushed to be, a teacher. Yet he's the student of Master Shifu, and so he doesn't feel like he can really fit in that role as teacher. He doesn't feel like he belongs in that role, and he's just not sure where he's supposed to be. So you have all that playing into it. Yeah, again, J.K. Simmons as Kai presents himself as kind of a threat. We know, what the end result's kind of gonna be with that, and he's not as memorable as at least for me personally, as the first villain was. But I think he works pretty well. He's got a cool bit he can do. The whole thing with this movie is that it really incorporates elements of Chinese culture in a way that a lot of movies, a lot of realistic movies, a lot of non-animated movies failed to do. So it actually does a much better job of showing us all that, which is cool. That's really cool to see. And this movie, it's got the action going for it. It's got a lot of comedy going for it. It's got some beautiful imagery, both with that animation style mentioned earlier, but just in the 3D animation style that it utilizes through most of the film. So that's good. You've got some nice character moments as well. It does kind of rush a little bit at the end once once Poe kind of figures out what he has to do. But that's kind of been the trend in the other two movies as well. So, it makes sense. Like I said, the villain isn't the strongest showcasing of a villain, but he's suitable for this. I can accept him in that role. And this movie, it's a fun movie. It's a quick movie, like fast pacing going through. Didn't find myself ever really bored. The only real thing I was missing in all three of these films is I do like some romance in it. They suggest, at least from my standpoint, that in some of these films that you might have something and it doesn't really play out in any of these. But for a third movie in a franchise, I gotta say this franchise is great. It's a great trilogy of movies. And rating this, I'm gonna rate it a 7.5. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. It's a really enjoyable movie. There's like one or two moments where the humor doesn't hit, but there's actual callbacks in this movie as well to the previous movies, and they're used well. So even though they're callbacks to the other things, I like that they're calling back to it. I like that some of the jokes are a little similar to it. I like the way that it's done. I like the way it's presented. And with the new characters, Bryan Cranston as Poe's dad was really cool. He was a really good character, and I really liked him in this. Kate Hudson could have been here or there really, but she was at least funny. So you had a lot, I think, going for this movie, and I suggest y'all go see it if you can. If this is something that suits you, if you like the first and second one, you will definitely like this one. So that'll about wrap this up. But hopefully you enjoyed this vid. Click that like button, share, comment. Let me know. Are you interested in seeing this? What's your favorite DreamWorks movie? Or you can do let's do 3. You can do 3 movies. Top 3 favorite DreamWorks movies. I'm curious about that. But anyway, like I said, that'll wrap this up. So until next time, peace.